Now on Sunrise, the Florida Teachers Union is headed to court over a program they say violates the state's constitution. What that means for the voucher system. And looks like FAMU is headed in a new direction. Find out which famed broadcaster was let go and who's taking over for the Rattlers. Plus, 2 same-sex marriage cases will move forward after a Miami appeals court rejected Attorney General Pam Bondi's request to wait. Will the Supreme Court weigh in?
Wake up, you gotta shine with the sun. It's all about early, and I wanna be there.
Well, good Friday morning, and thanks for waking up with us here on WTXL Sunrise. It's August 29th. I'm Christina Griffiths. Greg and Kelly have the day off. First this morning, a coalition of groups are suing over the state's largest private school voucher program that serves tens of thousands of children. The suit, filed by Florida's Teachers Union along with the NAACP and organizations representing school boards and school officials, argues that the program violates part of the Florida Constitution. It alleges that tax credit diverts funds that would otherwise support those children's education in the public school system. The program offers tax credits to companies that contribute money that ultimately is used to pay for children to attend private schools. Also, the lawsuit takes issue with the program sending money to religious schools. Attorney Ron Myers says Florida's voucher program has gotten too big.
This has become an industry. It's a moneymaker for scholarship funding organizations, and it's a program that we think is in dereliction of the constitutional requirement. So it reached a tipping point.
Immediately following the Teachers Union's event, school choice supporters held a rally right outside the doors of the FEA offices.
We need more than just the public school system at this time and possibly in the future days to come. We can't allow our students to just fail because they have no alternative or no choice.
The Florida Tax Credit Scholarship Program serves nearly 70,000 kids and costs taxpayers more than $350 million. In July, the Teachers Union filed a separate lawsuit challenging the way the latest tax credit expansion became law during the session. It hasn't yet been heard in court. The deadline for resumes in the search for Florida State University's next president is quickly approaching. The application deadline is Tuesday. The search has been slowed down due to controversy, with one consultant resigning. Critics say the process has been tilted towards selecting State Senator John Thrasher. And the voice of the Rattlers has been let go. Keith Miles confirmed Wednesday that the FAMU Athletic Department has taken over production game coverage, and his Vantage radio company would not be renewed. Miles has been the anchor voice for 30 years. The change comes as part of Athletic Director Kellen Winslow's push to generate money through the school's brand. According to our media partners at the Tallahassee Democrat, the athletic department has purchased its own production equipment and hired FAMU grad Joshua Jackson to replace Miles. An appeals court based out of Miami has rejected a request made by Attorney General Pam Bondi to delay 2 gay marriage cases until the United States Supreme Court makes a decision. The 3rd District Court of Appeals ruled yesterday that the cases from Miami-Dade and Monroe counties will move forward. The decision comes one day after another court asked the Florida Supreme Court to make a statewide decision. Meanwhile, a city committee in Marietta has approved a plan aimed at extending retirement benefits to same-sex couples. The city council is now scheduled to consider the matter in September. The change will give employees in same-sex relationships the chance to receive retirement benefits that are given to men and women who are married. And let's get a check of your weather now with meteorologist Max Saparis. And Max, we all want to know what that Labor Day weekend weather is looking like.
Yeah, first and foremost, how the mosquitoes are going to be acting up this weekend.
Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want those mosquitoes biting.
I know, no one wants them, but they are going to be sticking around. You were telling me you got a citronella candle. That's going to be helping you out this weekend.
And I have a citronella plant that I just bought this week. I'm really excited about for my patio.
I don't like it. It scares me, but if it works, it works. Whatever.
It keeps them away. It just kind of smells not great if you get too up close to it, but it keeps the mosquitoes away, which is completely worth it.
That is good, because mosquitoes are going to be a little bit on the high side this weekend. Your mosquito meter, or we call it the skeeter meter here at the Storm Team Weather Center, is a little bit on the higher side this weekend. That's because rain chances are expected to go up heading into the weekend, so we're calling it severe for the nice long holiday weekend there. But it could be worse. We could be seeing it a little bit higher than that. I was getting some tweets earlier in the week saying, oh, Max, your skeeter meter, it's off. feels like misery in our backyard. Yeah, there are going to be some pocketed areas, I'm sure, that are going to be a little heavier set than others, but for the most part, we'll call it severe this weekend. 68 in Thomasville. We are dry in Valdosta also at this hour, so yeah, mosquitoes not playing a huge factor this morning because we're dry and we're cool. But heading into the weekend, we get a little bit more muggy in the overnight hours, and we have more rain chances. And of course, mosquitoes need that rainfall in those ponding areas to really get going. And we are going to see that a little bit more. Here's what it looks like outside. We have some rain showers in the open Gulf waters that are advancing northward into the Big Bend. And you can see that's mainly down to the south, paralleling to Tampa. And also, again, these are edging to the north. So expect more rain showers as we go into the next few days. And again, rain will be impacting your forecast as well. Not quite yet, though. Titan radar remaining on the dry side. So tonight, we could be dodging a few hit or miss showers and storms as you head on out to your high school football games. 90 is what I'm calling for at kickoff around 7, and then for your final quarter, we'll drop about 10 degrees, still hold on to some residual moisture, maybe 1 or 2 leftover showers, maybe a couple extra clouds as well. So it is going to be more of a humid night tonight than we were last night. So keep the bug spray handy, and also throughout the day, keep the sunscreen handy because we are going to see plenty of sunshine. We'll have that full Labor Day forecast for you and your 7-day coming up right after the break. That does hold a little bit more active weather, I guess we could call it, and also some more steamy conditions. We'll have those details and more in a few minutes. Right now, Christina, you have another check on the roadways. How's the look out there?
I do, Max. Looking pretty good. We got a lot of green on this graphic here that's showing you want to see that green. Not a lot of incidents to report right now. Florida Highway Patrol is reporting a silver alert, though, in Leon County, and that's at a location of Calhoun Street and St. Augustine, that intersection. They say to be on the lookout for a white 1994 Ford Escort with a Florida tag 446 MRU. So again, that's a silver alert right in Tallahassee there in Leon County. According to troopers, be on the lookout for a white 1994 Ford Escort with Florida tag 446 MRU. Other than that, roadways looking pretty clear there, so not too much to worry about. We'll get another check of those roadways coming up in just a bit. Well, the White House is in damage control this morning after President Obama said the U.S. does not have a strategy to defeat ISIS. The White House insists there is a strategy to deal with the terror group. ABC's Tamon Bradley has the latest.
A surprising admission from President Obama, who just days ago ordered surveillance flights over Syria to identify possible ISIS targets.
The suggestion seems to have been that, we're about to go full scale on an elaborate strategy for defeating ISIL. I don't want to put the cart before the horse. We don't have a strategy yet.
With that, the president made clear military action against ISIS in Syria is not imminent, even though the U.S. is already targeting the brutal terror group inside Iraq.
I want to make sure everybody's clear on what we're doing now, because it is limited.
Mr. Obama's comments immediately drew fire from Republican critics who said the president doesn't fully understand the threat posed by ISIS, which is holding American hostages.
I am Shirley Sotloff. My son Stephen is in your hands.
ISIS stunned the world last week, releasing this gruesome execution video of American journalist James Foley. And terror is not its only tool. ISIS is sophisticated and well-funded, with a real army fighting for territory inside Iraq. Secretary of Defense Hago describes the threat from ISIS as imminent to U.S. interests in Iraq and elsewhere.
Despite that warning, the president is urging patience. He says the U.S. is trying to build a coalition of Middle East countries to battle ISIS. Well, stick around. We've got a lot more coming up here on the news at 6, including another check of your weather with meteorologist Max Paris. And remember, if you see news happening, call us at 850-894-6397. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter, or send an email to abc27news@wtxl.tv. We have some schedule changes you may need to know about before the Labor Day weekend. Tallahassee administrative offices and the Animal Service Center will be closed on Monday. During the holiday week, residents will have their trash picked up one day later than their regularly scheduled service. You can get more information on this and also on the Star Metro schedule changes by going to our website, WTXL.tv. And Gadsden County offices, libraries, and animal control will also be closed for the Labor Day holiday, but Gadsden County parks and recreation facilities will remain open. The public library branches in Quincy, Havana, and Chattahoochee will be closed on Saturday, August 30th. For more information, you can contact the Gadsden County Administration Office at 850-875-8656. All right, Max, and we want good weather, though, and no
always want
mosquitoes,
good
so
weather.
we need the citronella plants. We need to get you on, I'm telling you.
Okay, if it works, it works. Buy me one.
I'll find out this weekend.
I'll let you buy me whatever you want to buy me anytime you ever want to buy me anything.
It's true.
I hear you make cupcakes too this morning.
I did make cupcakes.
So I will gladly eat any cupcakes you make. Good weekend. Good weekend coming up. Let's talk about that right now. Titan radar on the dry side at this hour. And that's because we're holding on to, again, high pressure over the region. That calls for clear skies overnight and comfy cool overnight, but a little more steamy by the afternoon once the sun comes out. So not much to talk about in Titan radar. This will be lighting up a little bit more heading into the afternoon. But until then, comfy conditions. 70 in the capital city. Good morning to everyone in Thomasville. You're seeing 68 and 73 at this hour in Bainbridge. Now, we have cool conditions out there, but the first day of fall, which we're going to call when our average low dips below that pivotal 60-degree mark, is before October 4th, so we still got about another month. Coastal communities a couple days after, it looks like. And for the rest of Florida, you have to wait another month till about November along the I-4 corridor and until December for folks in South Florida. That's when, again, the average low falls below 60. So even though we get this taste of unseasonably cool weather, fall doesn't officially start for us for the next month or so. And again, we are going to be bumping up that moisture again and the unseasonably cool temps in the overnight hours going away. We're going to transition back to a muggy summer-like pattern. And that's because winds are coming out of the southeast at this hour, courtesy of high pressure being off the east coast and winds going clockwise around that high. And we continue to get those winds and some scattered storms pumping back the moisture content into the region. So storms are possible today, tomorrow, and through the Labor Day weekend as well. But again, they're scattered, they're hit and miss. Don't cancel your outdoor plans quite yet. Here's what we got going into the next couple of hours here. Here's lunchtime. Again, the showers and storms just making their way into the Big Bend and folks along the coastline as well. So that's lunch. Then we go into your evening commute, and we have some more scattered showers and storms to contend with that they lose their grip, though. They won't be severe by any means because we're not that unstable. Today, it's kind of the transition day from that dry pattern to that wet pattern. So the storms really aren't going to have that oomph, but possibly on Saturday and Sunday, when the instability gets in here a little bit more, we could see one or two isolated strong to even severe storms, which again is typical for your late summer months. Then we go into the overnight hours and we quiet down, but hold on to the leftover clouds heading into your Saturday morning. So more clouds means more mugginess, so expect those overnight lows to get a little bit higher. Today also a nice toasty high temperature of 96. The storms, again, will be coming in the afternoon. Tonight, muggy conditions stick around. 74 is what we're calling for in the storm team weather. All right, here we go. Plenty of storms on the offshore waterways. You're seeing those right now near Tampa. They will lift northward throughout the morning hours and into the early afternoon as well. Your seas at 2 to 3 feet, so we're at a light chop right now, transitioning to a moderate chop by the afternoon once those showers and storms pass on through. Calling for 87 along the shoreline, a low rip current risk. UV index remaining on the very high side because if it's not storming over you, again, you're getting in on some sunshine. A very high angled sun at that for late August. Here we go. Tropics watch, keeping our eyes on the tropics as well. A little low pressure system spinning around south of Hispaniola. Only has a 20% chance of formation over the next 5 days, but we'll keep our eyes on that. Elsewhere, the Atlantic a little bit quieter, but there goes Cristobal churning up to the north. And let's talk about where Cristobal is heading. Well, nowhere close to home. In fact, nowhere close to the entire United States coastline. Current location 42.1 degrees north, 51.7 degrees west, pushing to the northeast here very quickly, very rapidly, but falling apart as it gets picked up by the jet stream. Just going to transition into an extra tropical system here in the next couple of days. Now for your 7-day forecast. Everyone wants to know what this weekend looks like, and frankly, it's pretty much steamy and holding on to the chance of showers and storms consistently in the afternoon and evening hours, peaking with our rain chances on Monday. Not the best news you want to hear, but again, they're typical, very summer-like showers and storms. Don't cancel any plans quite yet. If you do hear thunder, though, then you do have to move indoors. Make sure you know where to go, because maybe you're at Tom Brown Park and the shelters aren't really going to cut it there because they have no walls.
Right.
You want to get you in your car, you want to go home.
And I liked your little icon there for the Labor Day.
Yeah, a little car driving
Yeah.
around. Beep, 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 beep. You head over to the coastline as well. It's going to be some nice conditions there until we start to see the storms later on today.
Good idea. All right. Thanks, Max.
Yeah.
Well, it's time now for the latest in technology news. Here's ABC's Dan Keffler with your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Google's top secret researchers have unveiled Project Wing. It is a fleet of delivery drones similar to those being developed by Amazon. The plan is to deliver goods to buyers more quickly and help deliver supplies to disaster areas. Samsung has unveiled its latest smartwatch. The Gear S features a curved display and it has built-in Wi-Fi and 3G, so it will work without being connected to a smartphone. Arcos has just unveiled a low-cost line of Windows devices. The Arcos 80CCM tablet features an 8-inch screen and costs $149. The Arcos 40CCM is a smartphone and costs $99. And two of Nintendo's most popular characters now on Instagram. Charles Martinet, the voice behind both Mario and Luigi, has posted a series of video clips documenting their globe-trotting adventures. And those are your Tech Bites. I'm Dan Kleffler. Have a great Labor Day weekend.
Well, hot on the web this morning. Check out this video. A mom breaks the news to her son that she's pregnant. Well, you just have to hear his response. Take a listen.
I'm pregnant.
What were you thinking? Why you have to just get another baby? You just have two. So why do you? This is exasperating.
Exasperating. Amaya.
Because you just got two. So
you don't,
why do you want to place? Why you want to get another baby and just replace one of your babies if there's too much?
I thought he was gonna go on and say like it's financially irresponsible at this time to have a baby.
You just had two. That's my favorite.
It's exasperating. What type of 4-year-old knows the word exasperating? That's hilarious.
That is great.
Later on in the video, she asked the little baby what that baby thinks, and the baby, well, they're right here. The baby just smiles. She's like, yeah. Who cares? Have another kid.
He is not having any of that.
No. What?
That's hilarious.
Right away, just
what are you
hates
thinking?
Hates it so much. What are you thinking?
How could you have more kids?
You have two babies
More
right
than
here.
two.
Two babies right here. I love it. It's so cool.
That was great. That might be one of the best hot on the web videos ever.
Oh no, it's up there.
One of the
sure.
best.
We have pretty good hot on the web videos every day.
It's true.
Keeping up with your viral videos.
It's one of the best since that I have ever filled in on the morning show. We'll go with that.
Yesterday on Sunrise, we were going over. We had Throwback Thursday, and we discussed our favorite viral videos.
Oh.
Mine was the oh my God shoes one. Remember that? Oh my God, shoes.
I do. I remember that.
Let's get some shoes.
That was a while ago.
I know.
Too.
No, but it's a solid. It's one of my favorite videos for sure. So we talked about that on Sunrise. What do we got on Sunrise this morning? You're talking a little bit about the Hello Kitty stuff, right?
We do. We have the Hello Kitty. Second cup. I was looking at you like we're on Sunrise.
Yeah.
Second cup. Right. We got to talk more about Hello Kitty.
We're both very passionate about this.
We are,
issue.
and we're both just mind blown right now over it.
It's crazy. I don't understand that. I'm almost have as much of a mind blown as that kid does, learning that he's going to get a new brother or sister.
Exactly. Like, what are you thinking?
What are you thinking?
What are you thinking?
It's financially irresponsible.
That's going to be like our nail. Down. Max and I are going to see each other now throughout the day in the newsroom. What are you thinking?
What are you thinking? Our coworkers aren't going to like us.
No. They're not going to get it.
Oh, well.
That's all right. Doesn't matter.
That's what inside jokes are. It's inside joke between us and you guys. That's about it.
Exactly.
So everyone.
Stay with us. We've got hometown weather photos after the break. It's time now for hometown weather, looking at the weather conditions around our area with help from you.
Oh, just some pictures that we're going to show you.
I want to see these pictures.
All right, well, first up, gorgeous shot of the sunset we saw last night. Did you notice the colors at all? Well, Bridget did. Oh my goodness. Check out this. This is
Bridget, that's great.
Bridget's the best. She sends in plenty of pictures to us. This, of course, is just outside of the station in Midway. Sun coming down right behind that cloud. You get the peering.
You got that
through.
ray coming out too.
It's super pretty, of course.
It's beautiful.
Always a great shot. And the great thing about the station being out in Midway, Midway's a little bit more of a rural area in case you didn't know. So you get this skyline that you don't usually get if you're in the capital city or places that have tall buildings. So you can really get a good vantage point of the gorgeous sunrise shots.
Reminds me of the Midwest.
Midwest,
where you and I come from.
You do get a couple good shots. Kelly's from there as well. She's from Chicago?
She is. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Kelly
really,
is from
cool.
Chicago. We've talked about this a lot.
So we are going to see some storms this weekend as well. And so I'm bringing back a couple of the storm pictures from earlier this week. We didn't show these to you, but I've been holding them until we have storms back in our forecast. This one taken by yours truly, me. I saw this one.
Max the photographer.
Yeah, in Tallahassee. Check out how ominous those clouds are. And then just to the south of it, completely blue sky.
Right, and you can see where the sun is behind it.
Yeah, exactly. This is you can tell this is that
beautiful
sunset.
Blue skies, yeah.
But that's beautiful Florida and South Georgia weather, where you have the storms and then you also have blue sky associated with it. We call those sun showers or sunstorms.
That still confuses me so much when you just have like you'll be in the sunshine and all of a sudden it's raining.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
It's happened to me a few times.
And so that's kind of what we're going to be seeing
Crazy.
this weekend. Again, not going to be seeing these consistent showers and storms, but more so just sort of the on and off, sort of scattered hit or miss ones. We end things this morning with a beautiful sunset shot from Tallahassee Regional Airport here. Isn't this awesome? It's so nice to see.
Beautiful.
This is from the Gamble family.
Look at that yellow.
I know. So, but again, it storms off over the Gulf of Mexico, and so again, the Gulf is not just going to be spared from the storms today and tomorrow. Some storms, Gulf waters moving inland later throughout the day.
All right, sounds good.
Send in your photos too. Use the hashtag.
Yes, we want to see more.
Hashtag WTXL Sunrise, and of course you can find us on Facebook and Twitter. Plenty of ways to get a hold of us on the internets.
Absolutely. All right, thanks, Max.
Yeah.
Well, coming up, we're talking about a brain-eating amoeba found in the U.S. Who's at risk and what's being done to counteract it. And we're celebrating birthdays. One of the famous members from One Direction is turning 21 years old today. We'll let you know who it is and celebrate some of your birthdays straight ahead. And be sure to join us for the second cup of WTXL coffee right after the show. You can find us online. We're talking about some crazy stories and great events, plus and just talking about everything. We'll be right back.